Saturday.
In recent history, the matchup size with Kentucky's been a nightmare for a lot of teams, especially Arkansas. How do they kind of match up vertically this year compared to maybe years past?
I mean, that's not real good news because they had. I mean, Daniel's not walking through the door, so to hear that it was a matchup size-wise in the past. I mean, I'm assuming this is one of the smaller Arkansas teams in many years. I'm guessing. Thanks. I'm probably going to sleep a couple hours less now. I mean, we just got to try to, figure out, matchups and try to rebound the ball as good as we can. We've got to try to have as good a post defense as we've had. But yeah, the size is a concern. The length is a concern. The quickness is a concern. The ability to get to the free throw line is a concern. Their dribble drive offense with space is a concern. Their lob threats are a concern. It's a lot of concerns.
John, what's your how would you describe your relationship with John Calipari? I know he's talked highly. You said when Arkansas played Kentucky football, he went to Jerry Jones' box and saw you guys hired a hell of a coach and all this stuff. And I guess you guys know each other from international ball. How would you describe your all's relationship?
I love Coach Cal. When I was, first of all, when I wasn't working, he used to have a coaching clinic. And a lot of the coaches that came to that clinic, he put it on with Coach Brown, and it was in Memphis, and a lot of the coaches that were there, like that's how I got to know a lot of my friends in the business. I just think he's really cares for the coaching profession, and he speaks highly of other coaches. He understands the ups and downs of the coaching business. And when I was with the Grizzlies with Coach Fratello and Coach Cal would have a lot of late night dinners with large groups of people at the dinners, and I went to a lot of those. They were colorful, and so I saw a lot of when his teams, when he was coaching at Memphis, I was going because obviously we played in the same building and stuff. So that year I was going to a lot of their games, and then the international stuff. I was coaching the Dominican Republic team, and then he ended up coaching it, and I went and coached the Venezuelan team. And so we got to eat a lot because in those competitions you eat in the same, you stay in the same hotel, you eat in the same area. I think he's such an incredible X and O coach, and he's such an important part of college basketball because he's a colorful personality that's a great coach, but also somebody that does a great job of pulling the coaching community together.
Kentucky lost last night, so they presumably won't be in a real good mood. And Arkansas hadn't beaten them. They've lost 7 in a row. What do you think about, nobody on this team's ever beaten Kentucky. It was 2013-14 season. They swept them in OT, actually. But what do you think about that losing streak and then Kentucky coming in here off a tough loss,
Yeah, I don't think that, I don't think Kentucky, beating Arkansas or having any type of streak, in my opinion, it has no bearing at all. I think every game, and it's going to sound like a broken record, but every game's got its own identity. It comes up with its own theme the minute the refs throw the ball up. Certainly with the teams that we've had after a loss, there's a heightened awareness of things that we didn't do well and we need to improve on. And many times losses grab the attention of your team more than a win. Sometimes when you win, you take for granted some of the little things. You look at Coach Cal's record. I mean, he's pretty good after a loss, I can tell you that. And so yeah, I think we're not going to get them walking down this hallway and going out on the floor where they're just walking out there. They know that they don't lose many games over the course of a 30-game season any year. So, but again, I mean that ball's going to go up, and there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen that nobody can predict. And you just hope your team plays with incredible effort.
You've been here a while now, it feels like, and have 16 games with these guys. I was just wondering if you've noticed a difference with the Arkansas natives, maybe like Desi Sills, maybe if there's like a difference in pride of wearing that Razorback on their chest or something like that.
I think all our guys have, I'm still too new, I guess, to answer that. I need a couple more years under my belt, and because we have so many guys that are from the state, but I don't think that, Desi and Isaiah and Ethan, and I don't think they have any more, pride than J5 or Mason Jones or Scylla. I think, or Reggie. I think they all have pride. They have, they're here. They chose to be here. They chose to go to college here. They chose to represent the Razorbacks. And so, in my opinion, all of our guys in our locker room are proud of playing for the Hogs, and they all have equal high level of care about outcomes of games and about representing the university and the program the right way.
Coach, you talked about some of the concerns that Kentucky's lineup can present for you. What sort of concerns can your lineup give to Kentucky?
I think that's a great question for Cal. I would love to hear what maybe I'll Google his press conference. And I don't coach his team, and Chuck Daly always said it best. You don't know another team until you're in their locker room, and I think that's kind of where some in-game adjustments start happening too. I haven't seen Kentucky play live, just as he hasn't seen our team play live, and you can watch stuff on film, and then the game's going on, and you're like, wow, that guy's a lot quicker than I thought, or that guy's a lot slower laterally than I thought, or that guy's got more length than I thought, or that point guard's way shorter than, and then, that point guard's way shorter than I thought on film. He's listed at 6'2". The guy's 5'4". Like, now we got to post up with him. So I think there's all these type of things that, that you really don't know. Like when you play teams a second time, I do think you have a little bit better feel. But what problems, to get to I like to dodge questions to get to your question. I don't know, like if our traditional lineup can't play, we got to go with 5 guards, because that's what we've had to do against some teams. And he's got 5 guards to throw out there too. He can throw 7 out there at us guards. So the Kentucky team is deep, and they have bigs. They have a big lineup and they have a small lineup, and of late they've been playing 3 guards. So whatever we throw out there, I think they're going to have something to counter, because they're a little bit different than other teams that might not have the luxury of depth.
Not everybody, but their top, 2-3 guys. What would you say about like a guy like Richards, a guy like Higgins? Like if we were your team and you're giving us a scouting report or something on it.
Yeah, Higgins is, he's a high-volume free throw attempt player. He's really quick. He runs the show. He's the heartbeat of their team. Quigley's really shot the ball a lot better of late. He's on a tear shooting the ball, playing with a lot of confidence. Who else? Richards, great shot blocker, rim runner. I think he's really, really improved from a consistency standpoint. He's a, he's a double-double machine. Anybody else, Bob? Maxi's phenomenal. Both their guards are really good, defending the ball. Maxi makes big shots. He'll hit a big 3. He'll dribble drive hard to his right, get to the cup, get fouled, make an and one, traditionally or old school. They're all good. What's that's over? That's actually. I remember Kyle Macy, but huh? I don't think I have.